Good afternoon, everyone. This is Neil, your tech geek at Swag this afternoon. I'm going to show you how to adjust your router's bandwidth setting for your internet, actually your network connection, your wireless network connection today. Now, this is applicable to Netgear Nighthawk routers, probably other Netgear routers as well. Other manufacturers' routers may call it a different setting, and your mileage may vary. But we will show you how to do it for a Netgear router today because that's what I use. I do really suggest Netgear routers. I have had their routers for many years, never had issues with it in many different client applications, from commercial applications to residential applications without any issues. So in order to connect to your router, you typically tap in your router's IP address, which is usually 192.168.1.1. I already have it here on autofill. Press enter. And it's going to take you to a sign-in page. Now, your router manufacturer will provide you with the information in order to log into your router. They may even provide you with an app. The app will probably simplify some of these procedures. They may not let you, though, change some of the advanced features, and that's what I'm going to adjust today. These are more advanced features, and these settings are for more advanced users. So I do not suggest changing any of these settings in your router or going into your router unless you are comfortable adjusting these settings. I always suggest making a backup configuration of your router. I will show you how to make a backup configuration of your router settings in another video. I do not have that up just yet, but stay tuned to my channel because I will have that video up sometime in the near future. Alrighty, so I am signed into my router here. This is the basic page on an internet browser screen of my router's homepage or settings. So, alrighty. Because I'm recording, my pinch to zoom is not wanting to function on my phone today. Alrighty, so we have the basic settings here. You'll notice that the basic tab is selected. If you go into basic and you go to wireless, wants to be finicky. Let's see if it's in basic. It may be in basic to change the mode. Actually, it's already in basic. I thought it was in advanced, but it's not. The Netgear Nighthawk, even in basic, provides and unveils the mode adjustment. The mode adjustment is actually the bandwidth adjustment. And what the bandwidth is actually when you're using Wi-Fi, it segregates the channels in blocks, 20 megahertz blocks. And then each one of those blocks, the more you up your speed, it attaches each one of those blocks so that you get faster speeds. The problem is, the wider you make that pipeline, you are making your channel wider. You're taking more channels up on the frequency chart. And when you do that, you're encroaching on other people's channels as well. So you're making your road wider. There's other people driving on that road. And so there's traffic that you're interfering with. So what happens is when you start getting your internet traffic on that road, if you make your road too wide, what's going to happen? You're going to get an accident. You're going to have a collision. Your internet traffic is going to collide with someone else's internet traffic, and what's going to happen? It's going to slow down your actual wireless speed. So that's why you don't want to make your pipeline wider than what you actually need. And then the wider you make your internet pipeline or you increase your bandwidth, the lower it makes your signal. So your signal won't transmit as far. So I have gigabit internet through Spectrum. That allows me to have 1,000 megabit per second service. Technically, I would need, if I wanted to have a large coverage area throughout my house, I would usually need to have the 2400 megabit per second option. Because theoretically, you would select the 2400 megabit per second speed, but in practicality, you only get about half of what you select. Because as you get away from your router, your signal decreases and therefore your speeds will decrease. So if you select 2400, you will get those speeds if you're in the same room as your router. You move away and those speeds are going to drop off significantly. The same thing with selecting 1200 megabits per second. Your speeds will drop off significantly, but you also are going to be able to transmit your signal farther. So that's why I use the 1200 megabits per second setting, which equates to 80 megahertz for a gigabit connection. And that's really what I recommend for individuals in a crowded area, because that will allow your signal to punch through walls. It will allow your signal to extend further. With my Netgear Nighthawk router, I actually get about 400 to 500 feet of signal coverage. I can actually go from my spare bedroom computer room through multiple walls to a side street while I walk that is approximately 400 to 500 feet away from my router and still get about 60 megabits per second, which is astonishing for a router. So select the 1200 megabits per second speed. If you have gigabit service, that's really what I recommend. If you're in a area that's not crowded, shoot, go for 2400 megabits per second. If you're out in an area where there's no one else, go for 2400 megabits per second. Use a Wi-Fi sniffer that will detect what channels are available in your area. Again, I will have to show you on another video how to use that. These are all future videos that I will come out with on the Swag channel. My channel is very new, but please subscribe to it. Give this video a thumbs up if you like it. And once you select that lower or that 80 megahertz setting or that 1200 megabits per second setting, make sure you apply it. Your router will then adjust the settings. When that's done, you will be brought back to the screen and then log out of your router. Make sure you log out of your router if you're brought back. Make sure, see what happened is I was talking for so long, my router automatically timed out and kicked me out. So if that happens, just back out. You might get a message saying that you need to do a password reset. Do not do that. Just close out your window and you're done. Your settings have been applied. You can verify that with any app that shows Wi-Fi information. I like this cool little program called Wi-Fi Man. It is a free program without ads on the internet. It gives you a lot of information. I'm sorry, got enthusiastic there. It gives you a lot of information about your network. And look at that. It tells me my channel width, 80 megahertz right there. Look at that. It even tells me my speed factors are excellent. Alrighty, thank you for watching my video and have yourself a good day. Thank you for watching the Swag channel. And again, this is Neil. Ciao.